Dr. Honorita Misra, Senior Yoga Teacher, Mumbai, India. The path to learn yoga is riddled with inaccurate information and flashy gimmicks at weight loss and claims of attaining spirituality through yogic practice. Therefore, it becomes necessary to learn yoga from a reliable source who not only knows and teaches what yoga and its practice is, but also what it isn't. Neil Adhi Yoga Kulkarni is such a reliable source. The path to learn yoga is riddled with inaccurate information and flashy gimmicks at weight loss and claims of attaining spirituality through yogic practice. Therefore, it becomes necessary to learn yoga from a reliable source who not only knows and teaches what yoga and its practice is, but also what it isn't. Neil Adhi Yoga Kulkarni is such a reliable source. With his 40 years of yoga teaching experience as well as his impeccable background in various forms of yoga practices, it was safe to say I was in very capable hands for my teacher's training program. Learning from Neil Adhi Yoga Kulkarni is an experience that entirely molds you into a teacher. With special focus on busting myths, unlearning any incorrect methods adopted earlier, and breaking free from preconceived notions, all regarding yoga. The attention to minute details which one would otherwise miss out, Neil Adhi Yoga Kulkarni makes it a point to focus on such minute details in order to get a much broader and deeper understanding of any and all practices one might learn from him. I'm fortunate to be a student of Sai Tech, the authentic yoga school, and a disciple of Neil Adhi Yoga Kulkarni. And the time I spent at Sai Tech, the authentic yoga school, as well as everything I learnt under the tutelage of Neil Adhi Yoga Kulkarni, will be something I'll forever cherish and remember. Katusha Matsuko, Senior Teacher, Italy, completed part half of advanced training. Thanks for having relighted the inspiration and the fire of knowledge. Dear Master, thanks for the trust you put in me. Thanks for your immense teaching. Thanks for having relighted the inspiration and the fire of knowledge. Of this days remain a heart full of gratitude and wishes for personal growth. Being a master is the most important job of the world, because without it, no job at all will exist. Thank you from my heart. Have a nice trip. Katusha and Liam. Caro Maestro, grazie per la fiducia riposta in me, grazie per I tuoi mensi insegnamenti, per aver riaccesso l'ispirazione, ed il fuoco della conoscenza. Di questi giorni, resta un cuore colmo di riconoscenza e desiderio di crescita interiore. Il maestro è il mestiere più importante del mondo perché nessun mestiere potrebbe esistere senza. Di cuore grazie, buon viaggio Katusha e Liam. Livia di Feltre, she first came as a practice student, but she was so good that I completed her 50-hour certification. The teacher's minimalist and easygoing way, and the high energy within the teacher, let me quickly realize that the harmony between every breath and asana will bring my body, mind and spirit to a state of complete relaxation. The yoga philosophy mentioned by the teacher is really the wisdom that is worth learning in our life now. I will continue to practice what the teacher teaches. Livia di Feltre, I am Chinese and my name is Li Liangxia. I am very grateful to have met the teacher, and I am also very grateful to my good friend Stefania, who helped translate. I can do yoga in just 10 days. Every day I am very lucky to have such a good teacher to teach me how to practice yoga. The teacher's minimalist and easygoing way, and the high energy within the teacher, let me quickly realize that the harmony between every breath and asana will bring my body, mind and spirit to a state of complete relaxation. The yoga philosophy mentioned by the teacher is really the wisdom that is worth learning in our life now. I will continue to practice what the teacher teaches. Thank you very much, folded hands. Moritz Gall/Prince from Austria. I have enjoyed the laughter together as well as the deep conversations. Through the training I have learned not only how much fun it is to teach myself, but how much fun it is to educate myself. I am already looking forward to seeing you again. Testimonial. First, I want to say thank yoga for finding its way back into my life. Even though the last weeks have brought a lot of focus and commitment, it has really been an enriching experience. They have been filled with both frustration and anger, but more so with joy and contentment. I would like to thank Neil for the many hours he has spent with me and the uplifting words he has given me. There is still a lot to learn, but a great start has already been made. Regardless of the training sessions, we have spent many wonderful hours together, and for that I am grateful. I have enjoyed the laughter together as well as the deep conversations. Through the training I have learned not only how much fun it is to teach myself, but how much fun it is to educate myself. I am already looking forward to seeing you again. What a wonderful time. Jana Bragerhaug, yoga teacher, Norway. During translation I have used his knowledge to get through some really difficult times in my life. My path become more clear, and my mind and body became more steady. Sometimes people come into your life, and without reflecting on why, you realize that this person is good for me to know. My first meeting with yoga was 3 months after giving birth to my first son. It was a beautiful break from my thoughts and stressful times as a first-time mom. I continued to practice, because it made me feel good and relieved. My practice was a little bit on and off in the beginning. I live a Western life, and it was hard to find time to practice in my everyday life. I didn't seek for my teacher found me and contacted me through email, on his visit in Norway. This teacher was Dr. Neil Kulkarni. We met, he gave me a vegan meal, and he was chanting while I was in meditation. He gave me a book. I didn't know at that time, it was the beginning of his doctorate. We kept in touch, and Neil sent me his new edition with commentaries by himself. I decided to translate it into Norwegian, as a part of a selfless practice, to make more people know about yoga and its benefits. He taught me about Indian philosophy and gave me good advice on my everyday practice. During translation I have used his knowledge to get through some really difficult times in my life. My path become more clear, and my mind and body became more steady. I have been a vegetarian since 2014. I have experienced the change in vibration and less stress, as I changed my food. I started my master's degree in social work this autumn, and I asked Neil for advice, and again with his gentle approach, he guided me to go vegan first. And then he reminded me of my goals, and how to make a theme for my master's thesis that wouldn't take me off my yogic path. It wasn't until I started my master's degree, I really recognized how much work Neil has put into his book. Not only did he make a systematically and logic approach to yoga that matches today's stressful world, he also managed to make it simple and easy for people to understand, with his own commentaries, that left no doubt about what his sutras mean. I am truly blessed to know Neil, and to have had this privilege to translate his book into Norwegian. His work will help people around the world, if they are willing to take a look, and start. I will give my warmest and strongest recommends to Dr. Neil Kulkarni and his Eti Yoga, and I truly honor his work and contribution to my yogic path, and hopefully to many more after me. Thank you from my heart. My best blessings to Neil. Your student, 04. April 2021. Clayton Yogashala, California, May 25, 2017. Thank you Neil for our second year of teacher training in the Shala. You've been a great asset to our community in teaching authentic yoga, something not too easily found these days. It has been my great pleasure to attend your workshops, read your books, listen to your lectures and chanting, and to learn the Adi Yoga system. Mostly I am happy to have such a bright and pure soul like yours to call my friend and teacher. I am so impressed with your knowledge and experience, and the way you present the ancient and esoteric information in such concise and clear manner. Your understanding of the philosophy and tradition of yoga is astounding. I look forward to many years of work and friendship and learning together. Thank you for all you do, for all of us serious students of yoga. Love and peace. Laura Mullen, owner, Clayton Yogashala. Shama Rana, yoga teacher, and a yoga studio owner, Pune, India. I am a recent graduate in RYT 500 from the Authentic Yoga Teacher Training Program. My name is Shama Rana, founder and owner of Samsara the Yoga Studio, Nim Road, Pune. Over the years practicing and teaching yoga and based on the positive feedback and encouragement I received, I realized yoga was my calling and decided to take it further by exploring its various forms. With the mission to help people experience inner peace and bring balance in their lives, I started my own yoga studio. Teaching yoga and meditation had become an activity which consumed me. I got good reviews from my clients and received requests to start offering teacher training certifications at my yoga studio. But before I ventured into any such activity, I wanted to strengthen my knowledge further and to get myself a RYT 500 certification through Yoga Alliance. I did not want to study just for a certification. I was seeking somebody who could take my learning to the next level. After a lot of research on the net, I finalized Sai Tech, the Authentic Yoga School of Neil Kulkarni. Going through Neil's profile on his website and reading about his extensive body of work in this field based on his years of personal practice and teaching experience and the fact that he is an engineer from IIT, I expected to find a teacher who is methodical in his approach, and I was right in thinking so. I myself am a graduate in chemical engineering from IIT Mumbai, but my quest to understand life, body, mind and spirit led me deeper into fitness, yoga, and meditation. I have trained and obtained a certification in fitness and club management from Abhimanyu Sable's ABS Fitness and Wellness Club, Pune. I did my yoga teachers training with the Yoga Light Studios of AJ Naik and later also got certified in medical yoga therapy at the Onati Yoga Therapy Center. Training in medical yoga therapy under the guidance of Dr. Vinita Ketkar, who has worked with the pioneers in this field like Yogacharya Sri BKS Iyengar, Drive South, M. Hardikar and Dr. S.V. Karandikar, founder Kabir Baug Yoga Therapy, helped me gain a deeper understanding of the anatomy and physiology of the body, the root causes of the diseases and the why and how of the various medical yoga techniques. Armed with this background, I was wondering how my course will pan out over the next few months. On the first day of my training with Neil, I was made aware that there would be no structure as such to this training program, but the way Neil was making a note each and every detail of all the activities that I was involved in, on a whiteboard, I was convinced that I was in the right place at the right time. Yes, being there and fully present is important, and you will learn something new each day from him. He is very systematic and meticulous in his work and makes a note of everything. He decided to build up on my existing knowledge. He customizes classes for each student. He prefers to teach a small group of students, and he assesses your eligibility before you join him. Learning with him is more of a hands-on experience which you will never probably find in any other teacher trainee program. He has a mastery in doing all the yoga poses. You have to watch him in action, breaking each pose into small steps, every step well documented and demonstrated, making it easy for the student to follow through, even the difficult advanced poses like headstand, shoulder stand, handstand, etc. It has been a wonderful journey with Neil sir. He is very adventurous and loves to talk. He used to take us everywhere, to different schools where he would teach us and show us how the classes should be taught. Teaching yoga to kids is my goal too, and he slowly introduced me to the method of teaching yoga to school children. At a very young age we should make them aware of what this body-mind complex and yoga is all about. What are the various joints, the muscles in the body? Why the fuss on being healthy, eating right? How to breathe better? What is the mind and what is meditation? Why do we need this body being our vehicle to move around in this world? What do we teach the kids? How do we teach them? How should be your body language? I learnt the finer nuances from him to make it more interesting for the kids and to build their enthusiasm. He has given us beautiful teaching methods. How to create the structure of the session? What should be the theme? How your mind should be focused at all times on what you are doing. Who are you teaching? He places a lot of emphasis that a yoga teacher trainee start practicing and teaching from day one, start making observations of his/her own strengths and limitations and chart a new way forward, becoming better and better each day. There is a constant follow-up on your progress. Yoga for weight loss is in great demand today, so my requirement was to learn how to deal with such clients. I got training in aerobic yoga for weight loss here. Got intensive training in all the weight loss postures. Besides that, he also conducted a weight loss workshop in my studio. I learnt a lot of new postures from Neil. Each and every posture that he teaches us, it is not like a regular posture documented in yoga books. I can say that understanding, that insight, comes from years of practicing postures and experience. With your body, the structure of your body, the anatomy, physiology of it. I gained a lot of insights from him, very minute details. I don't think I would have got it anywhere else. It is my biggest strength of coming here to Neil sir. I also got training in flow yoga/power yoga/vinyasa, how to create your own vinyasa sequences. I also learned all the advanced level postures and how to teach them with the use of props. He trained us to be creative in the use of props for doing various postures and devise our own props. Shavasana, yoga nidra and meditation were an important part of my training course. To train me into Adi Yoga, he conducted a meditation workshop on Adi Yoga techniques at my studio. I had read the book written by him, Adi Yoga, the authentic yoga system, before joining the course. He has covered all aspects of yoga in detail in this book, which will help the modern man in the contemporary society to understand what yoga is. It is not just physical exercises. Neil has written another book on Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which can be an invaluable guide for yoga students worldwide. We went through this book chapter by chapter as part of the yoga philosophy training, breaking each and every level of samadhi, the siddhis acquired and all the practices that are required to reach Kaivalya. He introduced me to chanting too. Also studied Vedic philosophy and Hatha Yoga Pradipika. I gained an in-depth knowledge of yoga philosophy, an understanding of the practices to attain liberation. It was so enlightening. It whetted my appetite to read more on this subject. He got 2 more books for me to read, the Garanda Samhita and the Shiv Samhita. My aim of strengthening myself as a yoga teacher served its purpose. Having acquired an RYT 500 certification and a lot of experience and understanding of the teaching methodology and the various forms of yoga and also Adi Yoga, I hope to teach with the same zeal, dedication and passion as him. Thank you, Neil. Shama Rana. Yoga trainer and medical yoga therapist, fitness trainer, fellowship in nutritional and environmental medicine, life coach. Founder and owner, Samsara the Yoga Studio, Nibm Road, Pune, India. Neha Gaikwad, yoga teacher, Pune. This was my second yoga teacher training with Neil Kulkarni. Beginning of the course I had some arguments with him regarding the structure of the class. But slowly as I took the course further understood his weird style. He doesn't waste your time teaching you something you already know. He modifies the course according to your needs, taking you out of your comfort zone. Not only he trains you to be a versatile yoga teacher, he incorporates discipline in you and directs you how to practice it. His Adi Yoga authentic yoga system is based on a series of very clear and valid points for today's lifestyle. I like his teaching style, which is interesting and simple. I especially like the way of teaching the poses in stages. It is very useful for inexperienced yoga practitioners and also for the advanced students to get safely in the final position. Preparing the parts of your body by focusing on all the points. His main concept of watching the body from inside is helpful to understand the pose from inside. Only one point I felt his training was missing. Neil emphasizes too much on teaching a class and sometimes he ignores the theory part. Apart from it, I am very happy and satisfied with the training. Now looking forward to grow my practice and understanding in yoga.